Hello and welcome to Ninja Academy's Keyboard Shortcuts tutorial. The segment timer's shortcut keys are incredibly valuable and will help you segment both quickly and accurately. You can access the list of keyboard shortcuts at any time by clicking the question mark in the lower right-hand corner of the segment timer. In order to demonstrate how to use the shortcut keys, let's go over the typical sequence used to create a segment. First, open a new segment by pressing the space bar.
Good morning.
Then, press the space bar again to close the segment. Next, we need to adjust the start time of the segment so that it starts at the same time as the voice. Rewind the segment timer using the left arrow key so that the green line is placed before the segment. Press the F or P key to play. Once you hear the first hint of voice, pause using the F or P key again. You may need to repeat this step a few times until you're able to pause right at the first hint of voice. Once you have paused on the first hint of voice, select the segment by pressing the S key. In this example, the segment is late, so we need to start the segment earlier. Depending on whether you have a PC or a Mac, press Ctrl or Command plus the left arrow key to move the segment's start time earlier in 0.1 second or 1/10 of a second intervals. To move the start time later, press the Ctrl or Command key plus the right arrow key. You can learn more about using keyboard shortcuts to adjust a segment's start time later on in our timing series, Well-Timed Segments video. Now let's adjust the end of the segment. Pause when the voice ends by pressing the F or P key. Then, press the right arrow key once. The right arrow key fast forwards the video exactly 1 second, which is where we want this segment extension to end. As you can see in this example, this segment extension is a little long. Press the S key to select the segment. Then press Ctrl or Command plus the down arrow key to shorten the segment's length. You can also lengthen the segment by pressing Ctrl or Command plus the up arrow key. You can learn more about how to get perfect extension length using keyboard shortcuts later in our segment extensions video. In addition to using the right and left arrow keys to measure in 1 second intervals, we can use the Shift key plus the left and right arrow keys to measure in 0.1 second intervals. For example, let's try measuring the extension again. Start at the last sound in the voice, then press Shift plus the right arrow key to count 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, 0.9, 1 second. Don't get the shortcut Shift plus the arrow keys confused with the shortcut Command or Control plus the arrow keys. Remember, the Shift key adjusts the segment timer itself, while Command or Control keys actually control the segments. Okay, now we've created our first segment. We can save our segment by pressing the Enter key. Although the segment timer will periodically save your segments, we suggest saving every few segments to avoid losing your work. If we want to delete a segment, all we need to do is select the segment and press the Delete key. Let's review. The space bar allows you to open a new segment. Press the space bar again to close the segment. Press the F or P key to play or pause the video. The left and right arrow keys will allow you to rewind or fast forward in 1 second intervals. By holding Shift and using the left or right arrow key, you can rewind or fast forward in 0.1 second intervals. Press S to select a segment. Once a segment is selected, hold the Ctrl or Command key and use the left and right arrow keys to adjust the start of the segment. To adjust the end of a segment, hold the Control or Command key, and use the up and down arrow keys. Finally, we can save our work by pressing the Enter key, and we can delete a segment by pressing the Delete key. The shortcut keys can be difficult to remember at first, but after practicing, using them will become second nature to you.